Should I be concerned about Microsoft's recall feature? Hi everyone, Leo Notenboom here for askleo.com. Here's a synthesized question based on some of the many things I've been hearing about the recall feature. OMG, now Microsoft's going to be recording everything I do with this new recall feature? Is nothing private? How do I avoid it or make it go away or turn it off, etc.? That's a sampling of just some of the hysteria surrounding the new recall feature announced by Microsoft. What recall is an AI-assisted feature that helps you find things on your computer using natural language searches. The kerfuffle, besides being AI-based, is about one aspect of how it works. It will apparently capture periodic screenshots of what you're doing as you're doing it on your computer, saving those so that you can search them later. You can search your own past activity, hence the name recall. Now, of course, it brought out the Microsoft haters in droves, but it also has caused some legitimate concerns for others as well. Let's look at what's been said, who's really affected, and why this hysteria might actually be ever so slightly hypocritical. Okay, if you take away only one thing from this video, let it be this. Recall only operates on Copilot Plus PCs. Now, that's a quote from a very lengthy Microsoft write-up that's actually pretty readable on exactly what recall is and how it operates. There's a link for it in the companion article for this video at askleo.com/175263. Unless you have a Copilot Plus PC, recall is a complete non-issue for you. You have nothing to worry about. Now, of course, there may be software on your machine that references recall, but that doesn't mean you have it. It's common to refer to features that aren't present or aren't enabled so as to streamline the software for when they are. Again, this is only an issue if you purchase a new Copilot Plus PC. Okay, here's an additional quote from that Microsoft blog. Recall is an opt-in experience. During the setup experience for Copilot Plus PCs, users are given a clear option on whether to opt in to saving snapshots using recall. If a user doesn't proactively choose to turn it on, it will be off, and snapshots will not be taken or saved. Users can also remove recall entirely using the optional features setting in Windows. Now, yes, Microsoft stumbled when the feature was first announced because they indicated that it was always on and that there wouldn't be a way to turn it off. This is not the case. You have to explicitly agree to it before it'll do anything. And if you're so inclined, you can uninstall it. Unless you turn it on, recall does nothing. Now, the Microsoft post goes on to discuss many of the security and privacy steps that Microsoft takes when recall is turned on. This leads to even more restrictions on when it can be used. Another quote, "The encryption keys are protected via the Trusted Platform Module, TPM, tied to a user's Windows Hello Enhanced Sign-In Security Identity and can only be used by operations within a secure environment called a Virtualization-Based Security Enclave, or VBS Enclave. This means that other users cannot access these keys and thus cannot decrypt this information. Put another, perhaps more clearer way, you'll need BitLocker in Windows 11 Pro or device encryption in Windows 11 Home, a TPM 2.0, Windows Hello, and Hyper-V, which is used by the VBS Enclave. If you don't have all four of those, you don't have recall. Now, what I'm about to say is going to sound a lot snarkier than I mean it, but here's the thing. If you don't trust Microsoft's implementation of recall, why are you running Windows? I'm not saying that you should trust blindly or that scrutiny isn't called for. It is. But there's a really odd dichotomy here. Someone who says, I don't trust Microsoft with my data in Recall or OneDrive. But it's the same data that Microsoft already has access to on my machine. Here's the thing. There's nothing Microsoft can do in Recall or using OneDrive that they can't already do by virtue of controlling Windows itself. They don't need either Recall or OneDrive to see your data, since Windows sees it constantly as you use your PC. Again, I'm not trying to be snarky here, but I absolutely want to point out that by using Windows, you're already implicitly trusting Microsoft. Recall and or OneDrive doesn't really add much more exposure to the mix. So, bottom line, unless you get a Copilot Plus PC, you can stop worrying about Recall completely. It doesn't apply to you. When you do get a PC that is a Copilot Plus PC, you can choose whether to use it or not. But in the meantime, be aware of just how much data you're already exposing to Microsoft. If that's a problem, then yeah, it might be time to make another choice. For updates, for comments, for links related to this topic and more, visit askleo.com/175263. I'm Leo Notenboom, and this is askleo.com. Thanks for watching.